Hello, everyone, and welcome to our professional development session. Today, our focus will be on how literacy and reading can enhance student achievement. We are going to be talking about phonemic awareness and phonics utilizing the Orton-Gillingham approach. Recently, a needs assessment survey was shared with you teachers. And these are the average results of how interested teachers were in the following topics. So as you can see, there was a wide range of different needs that were presented, such as classroom management, reading, math instruction, all the way to social emotional learning for our students and students with mental health. So the top three topics that teachers were most interested in having a professional development session were student mental health, so addressing behaviors, as we've all seen the escalation of student behaviors in our classroom this past year. Another topic that was of interest was literacy and reading, and lastly was math instruction. Now, since our school-wide focus this year is on providing small group instruction, we will be focusing on literacy and reading. So many of you have gone through the IMSC Orton-Gillingham training, and our goal by the end of the year is to have all of our teachers trained. Most of our primary teachers, K through 2nd, have gone through the training and have found this training very beneficial for their students' phonics instruction. And so upper grade has an opportunity to attend this training as well. So today we will be exploring why literacy is the cornerstone of academic success and how evidence-based strategies such as Orton-Gillingham can empower teachers and improve outcomes for all students in their reading and phonics development. So we know that literacy is foundational for all academic achievement, early reading, especially K through 2nd. Proficiency predicts future success across all subject areas. And again, we'll be using evidence-based strategies from the IMSC Orton-Gillingham training. The National Rating Panel identifies 5 key components of literacy instruction. These elements provide a framework for effective teaching and learning and reading. The first component is phonemic awareness, so recognizing and manipulating sounds and words. The second is phonics, so we are linking sounds to letters. The third is fluency, reading smoothly with understanding, keeping our listener engaged as the reader is reading. The fourth is vocabulary, so building word knowledge. And lastly, comprehension, which is understanding and interpreting text. And we are also focusing on inferencing in addition to comprehension. Research underscores the connection between early literacy and long-term academic achievement. So structured literacy approaches such as Orton-Gillingham are especially effective in addressing diverse needs. So students with strong literacy skills achieve higher academic success. Literacy supports critical thinking and lifelong learning. And the IMSC Orton-Gillingham approach emphasizes multisensory evidence-based strategies for engaging diverse learners. Multisensory techniques improve retention and engagement by activating multiple areas of the brain. This is particularly beneficial for students with learning differences such as dyslexia. So engaging multiple senses such as visual, auditory, and kinesthetic Some examples include tactile materials such as sand trays or blocks. When red word books are used, bumpy screens are used in addition with colored crayons. And these are all used to reinforce phonics. So many of you who have gone through the OG training are already implementing these strategies into your whole group or small group reading intervention groups. And we are working on building connections between letters, sounds, and words. An activity that can be used to demonstrate how to teach phonemic awareness interactively, you can partner up with another teacher and practice with different letter tiles to see how this method supports early readers. So some tactile tools that could be used are sand trays, letter tiles, the red word book with bumpy screens. You can pick for kindergarten, you can pick a high frequency word and model the letter sound connection using Think Aloud. And then transition to building words and sentences with tiles or cards as you are continuing to release that scaffold. When it comes to adapting literacy instruction, differentiation is essential for meeting the needs of all of our diverse learners. By scaffolding and using leveled text, we ensure that all of our students can engage with literacy instruction effectively. So, focusing on that tailored instruction for all of our learners, these can be students rating below grade level, in addition to our English language learners. Some strategies include using targeted intervention in our small groups, utilizing leveled text, and also scaffolding. When effectively implementing small group into our classrooms, differentiation is essential for meeting the needs of all of our diverse learners. By scaffolding and using leveled text, we ensure all students can engage with literacy instruction effectively. So, grouping students by their reading levels or their assessments is one way that you can create your small groups. For primary, using the oral reading record, their level reading level to group your students. For upper grade, using the oral reading fluency assessment or the star rating might be a good start for implementing those reading groups. And then once you're focused on that targeted intervention, you want to focus on a very specific skill that the student is lacking, such as phonemic awareness or decoding, comprehension, using those assessments to help gauge what your focus will be in those small reading groups. And then, of course, using our students' interests to help keep them engaged while they're in that reading group. Implementing scaffolding throughout a lesson is essential for student success. Modeling is a great strategy to support all learners. Supporting students' academic language development, such as sentence starters, are very beneficial. In addition, using the framework of I do, we do, you do will also support students' learning, especially our students working below grade level or our language learners. Additional support for our language learners include picture file cards, color coding, labeling, all of those additional ways that we can continue to support our bilingual students. Utilizing district benchmarks should be used throughout the year to monitor student progress. So for K through 2nd, we're using the oral reading records. 3rd through 5th, using the oral reading fluency. Both of these assessments should be administered at the end of each trimester. And to support students' reading development, keeping a variety of resources available, such as decodable books and manipulatives, so we can continue to support all of our learners. Thank you for your engagement. Remember that literacy instruction is not just about teaching reading, it is about empowering our students to succeed academically and beyond. And before you go, on 2 different sticky notes, you can write one takeaway. What is something that you have gathered today that you can immediately implement into your classroom? Whether that is reviewing your reading assessments to help you select and group your small reading groups. And then on another sticky note, what are some questions you have or possible next steps that we can support you in? Thank you so much for attending this phonics professional development focusing on Orton Gillingham.